Hey there, Lysandra Everett here, and today I want to shoot this video to talk about journaling, an effective way to journal. So if you're watching this video, you really want to know how to get the most out of your journaling, and so that's what I'm going to share with you, the method I use. I actually learned the SOAP method in Bible study, but I have been able to take that same method and also translate that to more personal development and actually and just in anything where I'm learning. So I don't want to be here all day, so let's get started. All right, so the S in SOAP is for subject. And if you are a Bible study person, you've never seen this, scripture. Okay, so nuts and bolts is this part is what is the writer talking about? What is the subject matter? So for instance, I am reading Think and Grow Rich again, but this time I'm actually journaling with this book. So yesterday I started chapter 1 and the subject was, I'm grabbing my book right now, the subject was thoughts are things, I do believe is what the chapter was called. Yes, chapter 1, thoughts are things. So that was the subject. That part's really easy. O stands for observation. What is going on? What is the writer, the author talking about? Okay? So let's just leave it at what is the author talking about. I say what's going on because when I'm reading scripture, that's the one thing I stop and ask myself, what's really going on? So what is the author talking about in that particular passage? So if you're reading a chapter, what is the chapter about? What are some of the details of the chapter? So for instance, in chapter 1 in Think and Grow Rich, he talked about definiteness of purpose, what that really means. I also take notes with different quotes to apply them, and we'll talk about that next. Okay, so for instance, it says when one is truly ready for a thing, it puts in its appearance. And it says that this person he was talking about, Barnes, was determined to remain ready until he got that which he was asking. And so in the observation part, you really want to talk just in your own words, not writing down quotes particularly unless there's a particular quote that you like, but in your own words, talk about what, just rephrase what the author is talking about. A is application. Okay, when it comes down to personal development, you hear a lot of people talking about reading a book a month. Some people read a book a week. They read. Well, for me, and this is just in the world, according to Lysandra, if you're not applying anything, then all you're doing is taking in information, just being an information junkie. I don't like being just an information junkie. I'd like to be able to take what I'm reading and actually apply it to my life instead of just having my eyes glazing over some words. So based on your observation, how can you take that which stood out to you and apply it to your life? And then you write down how that applies to your life. And I still do this with my Bible study. So, and another example where Napoleon Hill talks about this person Barnes had one single desire. Okay, well, one single desire to me is you've got to be going after one thing. You can't have a million things that you're trying to achieve. It just doesn't work. So for the application part, I ask myself questions sometimes. What is it that I want? What is the one thing, if I did this, is going to make everything else better? That comes from the one thing. Another awesome book to read. Bonus plug. But again, how am I going to apply what the author is talking about and take that and apply it to my own life? How does that relate to me? Okay, P is plan. Okay, so once I have, really thought about what the author is talking about, how that relates to, implies, and would apply to my life, what is my plan for implementation? Now, when we're reading all these books, we can't apply everything. So take one, maybe two things tops, and make a plan for implementation. and not try to change everything at once, but take one or two ideas and make a plan for implementation. Write that down. And if, just in case, for my Bible study people, I use prayer. P is for prayer, where you write out a simple prayer to God related to this scripture, whether you're thanking Him for something fantastic, or you have a specific prayer about the subject, if it was something that you're praying on specifically. But either way, you've got to have a plan for implementing what you're reading, because otherwise it's just a bunch of information going in one eyeball, out the other, or in one ear and out the other. You may catch some things, don't get me wrong. By reading, you're definitely going to increase your knowledge. You're definitely going to catch some things, but the SOAP method makes it more intentional. You're intentional about getting something from which you are reading. And then, don't get me wrong, sometimes you read something and you get nothing, and that's okay, but at least you have the intent of going in to read something and getting some good information out of it that you can apply to your life. Because why? Here, knowledge, we're going to write this down. Knowledge, I can't spell. Knowledge is not power. The application of knowledge is power. Okay, so keeping that in mind, just reading something, just knowing it is not necessarily going to benefit you, but it's how you take that knowledge and apply it to your life to make changes to your life. Okay, so I really hope this helps you out in your journaling. Good luck. Take it a day at a time. And I'm giving you this from a reformed non-journaler. I was the anti-journaler, okay? I was definitely the anti-journaler. So this method really helped me, and now I journal almost every day. There are a few days that I miss, but for the most part, you can guarantee that I am journaling something. So listen, if you'd love to get some personal development resources, head on over to my website, www.abetteryouprint.com. Grab yourself a free membership. There's some excellent resources over there and more stuff being added every day. Thanks for watching. Have a great time. Have a good day. I'll see you next time. Bye.